what Jimmy Garoppolo has to do to return in 2022. What does he have to do?
Oh, I mean, they've already said it, right? Nothing short of a Super Bowl run is getting him back in 2022. I think Ian Rappaport said it. It felt like a report that was kind of odd timing. It felt like it was straight
But
from
hold
the
on, let
Niners'
me ask the
mouth.
question this way. They keep saying they're following the Chiefs model. The Chiefs made the switch to Mahomes. It was easy. They lost first round of the playoffs. They lost to freaking Mariota. It
Who
was
had
like no
9
one was
touchdowns
saying,
and
oh,
17 interceptions that year.
yeah, I mean, I think there's a large contingent of Niner fans that are like, hold on, we like Jimmy, let's slow down. I don't think there was anyone in Kansas City saying that. So
Plus,
yeah,
even if they did say it, Mahomes threw 5 touchdowns in that first game. So
exactly. So to me, like, let's say they go to the NFC Championship game and Jimmy plays well along the way. I think it gets complicated. Do you think in that scenario they get rid of him?
I do think they move
Okay.
off of him, but I think the
Nice.
difficulty then is I think it puts an excessive amount of pressure on Lance. I think it puts an unnecessary amount of pressure on him because you know what? He might not hit the ground running the way Mahomes did in 2018. I wonder
Most
how the
people don't.
situation would have been different if
Yeah.
Mahomes, had a really slow start, went through a lot of growing pains, and then became Patrick Mahomes. Because I think a lot of people would have been pretty upset that they moved off of Alex Smith the first, 8 games of that season when he was struggling or he was slow because Alex Smith was an MVP candidate the year before. But I also think Chiefs fans also had to go through 4 straight years of Alex Smith showing his limitations when they got to the playoffs and everything. With Jimmy G, basically you have the one year they went to the Super Bowl and then the other years he's been hurt, so you haven't had the repeated amount of where he's kind of plateaued as what he is. I think
I
it would
already
put
know
an
what the spreadsheet's going to say if he goes to the NFC Championship game. But hey, both seasons he was healthy, NFC Championship. How do you move on from that? NFC Championship appearances.
Yeah, no, I think that you would have to. Again, you gave up so much for Lance that to me you have to move off of it.
Right. Right.
But then again, I think it puts Lance in a really, really difficult spot. Because what if the team you bring back next year, we talked about Tart, K1, DJ Jones. What if you're unable to re-sign any of those 3 guys? They go somewhere else because they get paid a lot of money. They're all really, really good players. Then what happens with this team? Maybe you're not as good a roster around Trey Lance next year because you have a couple guys who you're developing in spots. You're starting to play younger guys instead of veterans playing across the board. Lance goes through some growing pains. I think it would be an excessive amount of pressure on Lance. It would be really interesting to watch how it plays out because the way they would handle it would be really franchise. It would basically alter either their franchise would ascend or would descend if they handle it correctly. It's the Niners are going to be contenders for a long time.